Good morning. Today is December 11, 2024. So we'll be having our pre-bid conference for contract ID numbers 25H80084 to 25H80092. So before we start, may I request everybody to please stand for the prayer. Let us put our Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we offer you our thanksgiving. We thank you for everyone gathered here today to walk with you. May we ask for your blessings and kindness so that the activities set for this undertaking be successful. We ask to open our eyes to see the wonderful things of this activity. We ask that you open our ears so that we may maintain the valuable knowledge. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Put us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our hearts so that we may receive your everlasting love. And open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay, so before we proceed with the discussion of the contract IDs mentioned a while ago, so I will call the attendance first. For the meeting awards committee, for the back vice chairperson, yours truly, Jeremiah Gabuya. Back members, we have Maria Dolores de Salazar, Maria Luz Di Branzuela, and Jafet M. Salera. For the back secretary, we have Jerome R. Adraque and Manuel Avila. For the technical working group, we have the technical working group head, Evelyn Mansueto. For the technical working members, we have Elvira Fernandez, Kenny Luis Di Mansueto, Marcelino Cortez IV, Alan M. Leon Jr., and Renato B. Now for the construction firm, we have SBNT Construction OPC, Maynor A. Madrinian. And we also have Plana Construction, Jamaica Ragusos. Okay, so let's proceed. May I call all the respective designers for the discussion.
Check. Morning, everyone. I will be discussing the first check. I will be discussing the first project for today. With contract ID 25H0084. Contract check. With the contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities construction of road Barangay San Antonio, Cebu City, with approved budget of contract of 4,950,000 and contract duration of 72 calendar days. So this project has station limits of 2,200 to 2,350 with a net length of 150 meters. So this is the location map of the project. As you can see, we have geotag pictures for easy navigation for the location of the project. Then here we have the summary of quantities. For the major scope of work, we have removal of actual structures, obstruction, PCCP, sidewalk, curb and gutter. We also have surplus common excavation, gravel fill, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCC pavement 0.25 meters thick, 7 days. And for the drainage structures, we have reinforcing steel grade 40, structural concrete, and we also have paint. And for the cover, for the drainage structures, we have concrete cover. And we also have, lastly, our curb and gutter and sidewalk. Here we have the general notes and technical specifications of the project. So this is the typical roadway section for this project. As you can see here, they have existing sidewalk, existing curb and gutter, and we will be replacing those. Then the road width for this project is 4.5 to 7.5 meters. And you can also hear the drainage. So that's all for this project.
Morning, everyone. I'm here to discuss the project with the contract ID 25HH0085 with the contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities, construction of road, Barangay Lahug, Cebu City. Its project description is roads, construction, PCP, with approved budget of 4,950,000 pesos and contract duration of 72 calendar days, and its source of funds being FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NAP. So here you will see, the location of the project is in Barangay Lahug with its station limits 3,700 to 3,982 with net length of 282.6 meters. Here you can see its location with its geotagged photos as well as its coordinates and yeah. So here you will see the summary of quantities with its major scope of work including removal of actual structures or obstruction, PCCP, surplus common excavation, pipe culvert and drain excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCCP with 0.25 meters thickness, 14 days curing, reinforcing steel, grade 40, structural concrete, manhole, concrete cover, and metal frames and grating. And here is our general notes and technical specifications included in this project. And lastly, this is the project's typical road section. That's all.
Good morning. I'm here to discuss our next project with a contract ID of 25HH0086. Contract name, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, access roads and or bridges from national roads leading to major strategic public buildings facilities. Construction of road, Barangay Camputao, Cebu City. Project description is roads construction PCCP. The approved budget for the contract is 4,950,000 pesos. Contract duration is 72 calendar days. Our source of fund, FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Here's our plan. Cebu, Gordo. This one here is Gordo Avenue. Our project is along Pedro D. Calomarde Street. This one. And we have our photos here from the start of the project and the end. Our geotag coordinates here. Next is our target scope of work. This plan involves construction of 2 lanes, 200 mm thick PCCP that varies from 4.5 to 7.5 meters width, and 200 mm thick aggregate sub-base course. This also includes construction of drainage on the right side. The net of the project is 187 meters. Those, my Mitsubishi, ma'am. Oh. This one, we have our general notes and technical specifications of the project. Our typical road section, we have our concrete pavement. We have the surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, 200 mm thick, PCCP pavement, unreinforced 200 mm thick, 7 days curing. And on the right side, we have the curb and gutter precast. And for our drainage structure, we have reinforcing steel, grade 40, and structural concrete, 20.68 MPa, Class A, 28 days. And that's all. Our next project.
So this is the project with the contract ID 25HH0087 with contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major or strategic public buildings or facilities, construction of road, Barangay Hipodromo, Cebu City. With its project description, roads, construction, PCCP, and approved budget of 4,950,000 pesos, contract duration of 72 calendar days, and its source of funds being FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. So, our project is located in Barangay Hipodromo, and it consists of 2 sections from 3,000 to 3,223 and until 3,124 with its net length of 347. Here, you will see Barangay Hipodromo. Our first section is located in San Antonio Street, while the second one is in St. John Street, here. So here is our geotagged photos for easy navigation to our site location, as well as its coordinates here. Both sections add up to a total length of 347 meters. Here is our summary of quantities with its major scope of works consisting of removal of actual structures, PCCP, surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, and PCCP 0.25 meter thick, 14 days curing. Here you will see our general notes or technical specifications of the project. And here is our typical road section. Here you will see the subgrade preparation and then the aggregate sub-base course, then the PCCP, and the common excavation. That's all.
Good morning. So next with the contract ID 25HH0088 with the contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Talamban, Cebu City, with an ABC of 4,950,000 and a contract duration of 72 calendar days. So the project has two sections with station limit 8,000 to 8,110 and section 2 being 7,600 to 7,652 with a total length of 162 meters. So the location map shows the two locations of the project as well as the specific pictures to easily locate the start and the end of the two sections, and coordinates are provided as well. Here is the summary of quantities with the usual items and their specific quantities, and then the major scope of work of the project involves removal of existing PCCP, surplus common excavation, pipe culvert excavation, gravel fill, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, PCCP, 0.25 thickness, 14 days, reinforcing steel, structural concrete, paint, inlets, manhole, metal frames and grating, concrete cover, reconditioning of drainage structures, curb and gutter. The next pages will shows the general notes and design specifications, and this is the typical cross section of our project.
Good morning. For the building project, contract ID 25H0088 with a contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program or BIP, multipurpose building facilities to support social service, rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay Camagayan, Cebu City, with its project description as building repair. Its ABC is 4,950,000. Its contract duration is 150 calendar days, and its source of fund is FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. Okay, so this is the plan. The project is located at the old Camagayan Barangay Hall, which is located near the University of San Carlos Main along Fidel Rosario Street. So its main scope of work is for the ground floor, additional of glass wall for their new senior citizen and booster pumps. For the second floor is the remove and replace of existing wall for the LGBTQ office. Its third floor was to remove and replace glass wall for their function hall, and fourth floor removal of the existing walls for their multipurpose space. Its roof deck will have a new roof since it was destroyed by the storm, and additional of the overhead tanks. Additional is the remove and replace of the plumbing fixtures from ground floor to to fourth floor, and its electrical fixtures. So that's all. Thank you.
Next, for building project, contract ID 25HH0990 with contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building, Facilities to Support Social Services, Rehabilitation of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Parian, Cebu City. Project description, buildings repair with approved budget contract 4,950,000. Its contract duration is 150 calendar days, and source of fund is FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. The project is located at Barangay Parian Health Center. So its main scope of work consists of painting of interior and exterior walls at the ground level, and installation of new tiles at the ground floor, electrical fixtures at ground floor, and installation of ceiling and painting of ceiling works. Next is installation of canopy at the facade. And then painting of doors also at the ground floor level. And fabrication of gate at the front side of the building. That's all for Barangay Parian.
Let's proceed with contract ID 25HH0091, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program BIP, Multipurpose Buildings or Facilities to Support Social Services, Rehabilitation of Multipurpose Building, Barangay San Roque, Cebu City. So project description, buildings, repair. Then the approved budget of contract is 4,950,000. Then contract duration is 150 days. Source of funds, FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program based on NEP. So here is the plan for Barangay San Roque Multipurpose Building. Then here we can see the rendered perspective of the project and then the actual site photo. Then in the vicinity map, we can see that the project is located along Arellano Boulevard. Then we have the summary of quantities. The major scope of work of the project includes ceiling works, electrical works, and roof framing. So that includes installation of pre-painted roofing sheets, gutters, flashing, and ridge roll. So it also includes installation of doors and windows, railings, both glazed and unglazed tiles, painting works, and installation of air conditioned units. Then here we can see the floor plan of the project. That's all.
Good morning. Contract ID 25HH0092. Contract name, Convergence Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP. Multipurpose building facilities to support social services. Rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay Pahina Central, Cebu City. Project description, buildings repair. Approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000. Contract duration is 150 calendar days. The site development plan of Barangay Pahina Central. Here's the perspective, the vicinity map. And the location is at Barangay Pahina, Barangay Hall at Pahina Central, Cebu City. Target scope of works includes removal of structures and obstruction, structure excavations, embankment, and gravel field, and reinforced concrete works, finishing works, and plumbing and electrical works. Here is the floor plan. The removal consists at daycare and senior citizens quarter or barangay tenants office space. It also includes removal of ceiling works for electrical installation of electrical works, and also replacement of plumbing fixtures at CRs at ground floor and second floor plan. Here is the elevation, front and right side. This also consists repainting of walls, all exteriors and interiors. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, designers, for the discussion of the 9 projects. Okay, so any concerns from our prospective bidders present this morning? Okay, Josh from online. Okay, so if you want to have a further clarification on the projects, you may proceed to, or you may visit the planning and design section for further clarifications on the discussed projects. Okay, so before we'll end, we have some reminders to be discussed or to be informed by Engineer Jafet Salera.
Okay, good morning once again. So for our prospective bidders who attended the pre-bidding conference and to our online viewers, so a gentle reminders lang no for the upcoming scheduled bidding ano niya. So the BAC will conduct this public bidding in accordance with the revised RA 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at the opening of bids. The procuring entity, DPWH Cebu City District Engineering Office, will undertake early procurement activities for FY 2025 National Expenditures Program or NEP based on the guidelines on the implementation of early procurement activities. To be eligible to bid for the contract, a contractor must have certificate of registration with PhilJEPs and an approved activation of BIR electronic filing and payment system or EFPS and must meet the following major criteria. First, prior registration with the DPWH. Second, Filipino citizen or 75% Filipino-owned partnership or corporation with PCAB license applicable to the type and cost of the contract. Third, completion of a similar contract costing at least 50% of ABC. Fourth, net financing contracting capacity at least equal to ABC. Last, letter of authority for the representative or liaison officer as reflected in the CRC to submit bids. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass or fail criteria in the eligibility check, preliminary evaluation of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award as specified in the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 9184, otherwise known as the Government Procurement Reform Act. The contract shall be awarded to lowest calculated responsive bidder or LCRB who was determined as such during post-qualification. If at the time of the post-qualification procedure, the BAC verifies deficiencies due to the contractor's fault or negligence pursuant to Rule 10, Section 34 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA Republic Act Number 9184, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from award without any right to reimburse fees and incidental cost paid for the procurement of infrastructure contract subject of the bid. Prospective bidders may download the bidding documents, if available, at the DPWH website and at the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System or PhilJEPs. Bidders that will download bidding documents from DPWH website shall pay the said fees on or before the submission of their bid documents. The BAC will issue hard copies of the bidding documents at the same address to eligible bidders upon payment of a fee stated. Contractors or applicants who wish to participate in this bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application at the DPWH Procurement Service, 5th floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. The contractor's eligibility to bid on the project will be determined using the DPWH contractor profile eligibility process and subject to further post-qualification. Information on registration can be obtained from the PRS during working weekdays from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. or at the DPWH website www.dpwh.gov.ph. As prescribed in Department Order Number 3, Series of 2015, the deadline of submission of the contractor's records to the DPWH Civil Works Registry for updating is as follows. For Class A documents and financial statements must be submitted at least 7 calendar days, and technical documents for completed or ongoing projects at least 15 calendar days before the deadline for the submission or opening of bids. Interested bidders may obtain further information and inspect the bidding documents at the same address. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend, and late bids shall not be accepted. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in the bidding documents. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat for manual submission or at the electronic bids _Cebu City at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission on or before the deadline stated. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security on or before in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the ITB Clause 18. The Cebu City District Engineering Office reserves the right to accept or reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Sections 35 and 41 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 9184 without hereby incurring any liability to the affected bidders and no responsibility to compensate or indemnify bidders for any expenses incurred in the preparation of their bids.
Okay, so I think that's already been discussed, no, or informed. Some reminders during the scheduled bid, no, and also reminders also to our prospective bidders. Ensure that in the submission of the financial bid documents, that the amount should coincide with the amount in words, no. Importante kayo na siya. Okay, so. And also ensure that your respective engineers are accredited by the DPWH. Huh? Okay, so I think that's all. So wala na concerns. Okay, so this pre-bid conference is hereby adjourned. Good morning once again.